The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to the December 17th, the wonderful Wednesday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there's having a great day. Let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. Now, the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make the one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check out the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I at just past 11 o'clock in the morning. I do want you to know I am absolutely grateful for your presence here. But more important than that, and that's this. During this next 53 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to send me an email. Send it off to steve@tfnn.com. Please send it off early. Inside that subject heading, also please put radio show question. And if you're inside our Tiger's Den, and you should be, well, then any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on wonderful Wednesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Well, we begin our day here with a bit of a mixed bag. Got the Dow down 40 points, S&P's off 40 as well. NASDAQ 100, 264, about 3 points for the Russell. Transports just went slightly negative. Semis off 164. NASDAQ Composite down 214. New York Stock, all the uses now are trading to the downside. You've got gold up 28 bucks, silver $2.50. Lights crude 95 pennies. I'm sure we'll take a look at those. We've got the XLK up on my screen right now. We can see the daily that completed a TD9 count top is now back at TD9 count breakout support. 140.79. We're trading at 140.71. Watch that level. If we close below that, that's going to signal a move back to 138.05. If we move below 138.05, we're going to get down to 131.73. That's using the daily and the weekly time frames out there. You do have some potential support at 138.20. That is the monthly oscillator and change line. Just happen to have the XOK up on my screen. But let's start off our day. Let's go take a look at the advanced line oscillator in the New York Stock Exchange. And a spot VIX 50-day exponential moving average. See where we're trading. Son of a gun. We had closed just slightly below the zero threshold level yesterday. Day is young, but we're actually back above it today. And spot VIX index still below the 50-day exponential moving average. Both those signals are providing buyers with the edge here. I did not expect to see that. I expected to see the spot VIX below the 50-day. I did not expect to see the New York Stock Exchange doing what it's doing, the advanced client oscillator. But it is what it is. We'll have to just simply look at that at day's end out there. Let's go take a look at the equity future contracts, the daily equity future contracts, and we'll look at the intradays. So let's start off with those. We've got the ES Mini on the left-hand side, trading below profile support. We talked about how this morning's rally ran right up into 66.82. The actual high for the day so far is 66.82.50. The bottom of that profile is 66.82.25. You got to love profiles out here. So you know that if prices are ever able to get above that level, that's going to be a positive. In the short run, price might target 66.84.50, the TD9 count breakout level. The NQ back inside its profile, it may be targeting its buy zone. We only had a one-day rally out there. That tells us that we are extremely weak. We should have at least had a two-day rally. So price is likely to target its buy zone or the breakout level. That's between 24.520 and 24.887. The Dow equity future contract closed below its oscillator and change line yesterday, remains below it now. It has lost some momentum. Its price target to the downside would be the top of its profile, 47.508. The Russell 2000, which formed a new profile back on Friday, Oh, back on Monday. I take that back. Monday, we closed below it yesterday. We're trading below it today. 24.8730 is its price target. Day number 4 to the downside, the Russell, the Dow, and the ES Mini out there. So usually you at least get a 1 or 2 day rally out there, but our concern is the NQ, which is dragging these markets lower out there. In fact, the NQ is the only one right now. I take the NQ and the ES both trading below yesterday's low. Let's move from these charts and go take a look, see what's going on an intraday basis, and we'll start with, what do we have up here? We'll start with the NQ as soon as this peer populates. So in the case of the NQ, this 120-minute ABCD pattern never came to fruition, so let me get rid of that. Right now, price is testing a TD9 count bottom on the 2-hour time frame chart. This bar here is going to close at noon. Give me a moment. I'm just getting rid of the A to B equals CD pattern because that is not in existence. And so you're watching for 12 noon is the price point to 25.07325. We're 25.082. If 25.07325 holds, you'll have a TD9 count bottom pattern that still is in effect out there. I do not see any other bottoming signals out here, although let's populate these charts here on the 60-minute or the 30-minute. 15-minute, let's find out. No, nothing there. 10-minute chart, nothing there. So the only bottom signal that we have out here at present for the NQ from an intraday standpoint is that TD9 count bottom on that 2-hour time frame chart. So that's all you've got. You've just got one number to be paying attention to at 12 noon. If we close below 25.07325, it's going to increase the odds of we're moving to 24.887 out there. Let's go take a look at the ES Mini charts out here. The ES Mini. And we are in the March of 2026 contract out here. These charts will populate momentarily. In the case of the ES Mini, we talked about how price got up to the bottom of its profile, found resistance there. That would suggest a move back to 66.84. But first, let's go find out, see if there's any kind of intraday bottom signals out here. Nothing on the 5-hour chart. On the 4-hour time frame chart, doesn't look like much at this stage of the game. On the 2-hour time frame chart, it has a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom, but it would need to close above, this is the level that you'd be watching, 68.1750. It's possible that we'll get there by noon. How is that? Well, at 17 minutes from now, we're going to form a TD9 count bottom pattern on a 30-minute time frame chart for the ES Mini. We did not have that pattern on the NQ, so we don't have any kind of synergy here. But that says at 12 noon, you'll have a TD9 count bottom that would be completed. So the question is, do we begin that rally between, around now? Or do we wait until 12 noon? I do not know the answer to that question. It will be revealed in the charts, and it would first be revealed on a 5-minute or a 10-minute and a 15-minute and so forth. So we don't have that kind of signal just yet. So you're going to have potentially one bottom pattern fail on the 2-hour chart, another bottom repeat on the 30-minute time frame chart. So those of you that are intraday traders of the ES Mini, pay attention to the 30-minute time frame chart. Don't know that this will populate, but let's go take a look at the Dow here. Let's try to get that up on our screen. The Dow has been stronger, had been stronger than the other three. Let's just see what kind of signals it has. Most interestingly, though, that I'm most interested in actually is the 30-minute time frame chart. Nope, well, we're not going to get a TD9 count bottom pattern there. That much I know. So nothing on the 30-minute chart. So the only bottom signal I've got out here is a 4-hour TD9 count bottom. So the key number to watch to the downside of the Dow Equity Future Contract, 48,313. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. When we come back, we'll look at CRDO, natural gas, the UNG, and Otis Elevator. Of course, I'd love to hear from you. Send me an email, steve@tfnn.com, or any ping inside the Tiger's Den. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched The Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We're taking a ticker symbol, CRDO. This is from Mohammed. This came in late yesterday. Wasn't able to get to it. Glad, actually, that I didn't, because what we know now is that we're likely to get a TD9 count bottom pattern for us between today and Friday. So today's going to become bar number 8. We're seeing that take place as price touches and tests its TD9 count breakout level at 137, even Steven out there. Now, Mohammed, in order to get a TD9 count bottom pattern tomorrow, price must close below 143.91. So you wouldn't get much of a rally, a little bit of a rally today if this were the bottom. So I can see you starting a trade here. On top of this potential TD9 count bottom, right? We still need tomorrow's close to be below the close of bar number 5. You also have the weekly chart, which has a Rhodes momentum indicator top pulling back to test support. The actual bottom level of that profile is 135.27. We've been down to a low of 136.43. Really close enough for our work out there. So you've got both those things going for you. If you were to see a close below the 135.27 level, price would get back into its swing point, which was a TD9 count bottom pattern on November 21st. Now, the volume on that candle is 8 million shares. We're testing it, and so far we've rejected it with 1.3 million shares. So you're going to also have a test rejection of a swing point on lighter volume. What should unfold here for CRDO, Mohammed, is price should rally up towards the 160.04 level. That's the bottom of his profile. The green also to change that ought to inch up and move towards that level on a rally out there. So you pretty much got to buy, whether that's today or tomorrow or Friday. If you get that rejection, test rejection at the top of that swing point, it argues that it would be today. If you close inside that swing point, so that means they close below 137.43, and I'd say you'd probably wait for a day to see what unfolds. Hope that helped you out. Oh, you also want to look at natural gas. So with regard to UNG is really what you'd written in about. So if we take a look at the UNG right now, I think we did this a couple of days ago. Somebody was asking for Boyle. So I just want to share this with everybody out there, especially when you trade Boyle or UNG, but really all the instruments. Just understand what the underlying instruments are. So in the case of the UNG, I had assumed, bad assumption on my part that it was just going to be the February contract. Now we're rolling over into February, but right now you're half and half. Half of the mix of the natural gas contract is January. You can see that, and half of it is February. Both with $222 million dollars invested in that. So we've really got to look at both to understand what the UNG, just to make heads or tails of it. So let's go take a look at the January contract first for natural gas. The January contract on a daily time frame, you can see that we've traded lower right now for 4 consecutive days, maybe a rally today, one-day rally today. No bottoming signal out here. So it looks to me like we want to head lower. We're trading below profile support, the red oscillator and change line. On the daily time frame, we're doing the same thing on the weekly time frame. We're doing the same thing on the monthly time frame. The monthly time frame, though, has a green oscillator and change line. So at this stage here, I'm not seeing any kind of a bottom signal. Let's just open up the weekly time frame chart out here. The weekly time frame chart has us testing an area, a prior swing point area back in October of 2025. That low out there is at $4.4001. If we close below that, boy, it's going to increase the odds of further move lower. If we close below this swing point from October 17, $3.91 out there, that's going to trigger an A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. So I'm not seeing it when we take a look at the January contract. But as I mentioned, we're going to be rolling out of this and into the February contract. And that might be the exclusive holding with inside UNG here soon, but it's not as we speak as of last night or this morning. When we take a look at the February contract, we see similar type setup out here. We're trading below profile support on the daily, weekly, and monthly. Let's open up the weekly time frame chart again, see if it's going against yet. So it's going against a similar type of a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom that formed on October 25th. And that low out there is down at $3.81, 3.815. We're trading below that now. If we close below that on a weekly basis, well, kind of spells curtains. If we close below the level of August 29th low out there, that was a TD9 count bottom, $3.78, 3.787 to be exact. Well, that would also be a bearish signal. Not seeing a whole lot here that suggests that you would take a long trade inside of UNG, but let's go ahead and pull up the UNG chart out there anyways. Let's open this up. If we look at UNG, I don't see a bottom pattern here. Maybe bar number 7 forms today. The weekly time frame chart looks better than the actual underlying instruments that are going to drive this, that are going to drive the UNG out here. When I say look better, I've got to pull all the way back here. You see, we were talking about swing points. This is not trading below swing point out here. But you can't make your decision. Well, you can make your decision however you want to. My suggestion is you make your decisions on the futures contract, not what UNG is showing us out there. So, Mohammed, I say keep your hands in your pockets at this moment in time, and let's wait to see if we can find some type of bottom inside the February contract for natural gas. The next question, thanks for your requests out there. The next request coming in from John Z in Milwaukee. John wants to take a look at Otis Elevator out here. OTIS is the ticker symbol. Otis right now trading below the bottom of its monthly profile. It does have a Rhodes momentum indicator top. So longer term, and you're looking at, your question was, how does this look for 2026? Right now, it doesn't look too good at all. At least at this moment in time. What should you be watching for? Well, it's got a swing point that is being tested August of 2025 out there. Volume of 82 million shares. This month so far, we're down with 31 million shares. So we got light volume. If we did close below 84.25, that could trigger an A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. But right now, trading below profile support, having a top out there, not a good thing from a longer term standpoint, which is what you were looking for. You wanted to, let's go take a look at the weekly chart out here. What do we know about a weekly time frame chart? I can see a TD9 count top. It's got a couple of them that have formed out here. Most recent one back on October 31st. Price testing its breakout level at 86.34. If price closed below 86.34, odds favor that we're headed lower out there. Right now, just trading with inside its profile levels out there. Resistance up at 91.12. Profile resistance, that is. On the daily time frame, you're in bar number 8 on this little bit of a rally. Had a TD9 count bottom pattern. Did that hold? The TD9 count bottom low was 86.17. We closed here at 86.12. So no, it does not have a TD9 count bottom pattern. We do have a rally. We do have a bullish profile change in trend. I think what that means, John, here is that we're likely to get a TD9 count top that could form between tomorrow and Monday out there before price starts moving lower again. The weekly time frame had a consolidation with inside its profile. So your specific question was, what's it look like for 2026? At this moment in time, I'm going to have to go with not so good, not just yet. But if things change, and please write back to me, we'll go ahead and pull those charts up for Otis anytime that you want. ELO writes in, would like to take Newmont Mining. NEM is a ticker symbol out here. We've got Newmont Mining, and we have a new profile that is attempting to form below price. It's not attempting to form. I think it is forming. And that is a bullish signal out there, ELO. When you have a profile form below price. The daily time frame does not have any kind of a top, but just a sideways movement out here with price trade above its green oscillator and change line and profile resistance. That's a bullish signal. Weekly time frame doing the same thing. It's a bullish signal. The weekly time frame would love to see a close above this bearish shooting star candle at 98.58 out there. It's the monthly time frame that's the real booger out here, because this is going to complete a TD9 count top on December 31st out there. We'll have to take things one step at a time. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Trader's Edge is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at direction.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Welcome back, folks. We got Palantir up on our screen. PLTR is a ticker symbol. Palantir on its daily time frame. Duncan has a TD9 count top that went ahead and formed on December the 10th. We are trading back inside his profile. Now, this is the first day here where we might see this loss of momentum with a close below 180.80. If we see that, we're likely to go test profile support. That's at 175.30. If price were to close below profile support, we'd get down to its breakout level, 163.12. That's what we're watching on the daily time frame. The weekly time frame has a Rhodes momentum indicator top with price consolidating with inside its profile. It found resistance in that sell zone both last week and this week. Maybe price couldn't bust him to the upside. Maybe price going to try to bust him to the downside. I'd pay attention to the daily time frame chart. The monthly time frame chart. Monthly time frame chart has a sell the D point top out here. Price has found support at its oscillator and change line. A new profile has formed last month, that is. Support is in the range of 94.40 to 122.68. Resistance up at 193.38 out there. So I would be, Steve-O, paying attention to the daily time frame. Look, you got a top on the daily, weekly, and monthly. But to watch the daily time frame for your signals as to what its intent is. The weekly and the monthly certainly support levels, 168.80, 157 and change out there, at least at this moment. But the daily is it's been a sideways move. But if it closes below that oscillator and change line, that changes the sideways move just a tad, tells us we've lost momentum, and you could be looking at lower price 175.30 out there. In fact, I'd say odds are in a good odds that you would in fact do that. So I hope that helps out with regard to Palantir. Thanks so much for taking the time to write in. You also want to take a look at StubHub out there. StubHub, I have used their services in the past. They used to have a better service, I thought, than Ticketmaster, although Ticketmaster is not so bad these days. So let's go take a look at StubHub. See what it's doing. It's a relatively new IPO. It came out just a few months ago. So monthly chart is irrelevant. A weekly chart is basically irrelevant. It's the daily chart that's got relevance. Okay. So we form a nice Rhodes momentum indicator bottom back on November 21st. That leads to an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. That A to B equals CD pattern gets a sell the D point on December 12th and December 13th. And now we just have a consolidation with inside its profile. That profile has support at 11.59, a sell zone between 13.67, 14.92. You close above 1492, you likely form a new A to B equals CD pattern to the upside out there. So that, in essence, is what's going on with StubHub. Wish I could provide you with more, but I've given you what I've been able to give you, which is what the stock charts are giving us. Let's go take an ABR, this for Texas Tom, and his question is there any bottom in this instrument out there? And the interesting thing is, if we looked at it just like this, if you look at those charts out there, you'd almost say no. But we got to go do the work. So let's go do the work out here, because that work's going to say, yes, we got a bottom. Here, if we take a look at the daily time frame, the daily time frame has an A to B equals CD. It's like a 1 to maybe 2.618 A to B equals CD pattern. That gets confirmed with this bullish piercing candle back on November 18th out there. So the very first thing here, Texas Tom, is you do have a daily bottom. Now, that bottom is going to likely be tested. Why? Because price is trading below its red oscillator and change line and below profile support. Now that November 18th low had volume of 4.9 million shares. We've been trading for 2 hours. We have volume of 1.1 million shares. That's that's about a 4 million share day, not 4.9 million share day. So you're testing the swing point on lighter volume, but you're still inside the swing point. So you either need a rejection, which means a close above the high, 858, or a test of low, 818, and a rejection of that. So yes, you do have a bottom out there. But now we got to see if that bottom is going to hold. That's the daily bottom. The weekly also has a bottom pattern. If we take a look at it, it has a Rhodes momentum indicator and a TD9 count bottom. So the TD now, by the way, back to the daily time frame. on any rally out here, we can see that it was the center of its profile, 920, that acted as your key resistance level. All right, now to the weekly chart. TD9 cal bottom forms the week of May 23rd. That is still in play out there, remains in play unless we see a close below 843. We're trading 823 right now. Then, a couple of weeks ago, November 28th, we get a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom pattern. That says that the real key level of support now is the low from that prior bar, November 21st low at 818. Volume on that swing point, 22 million shares. This week so far, we're not halfway through, but we're at about 8 million shares. Seems like we are somewhat similar to light in the loafers out there. But you've also got a weekly bottom. Again, that will become negated with a weekly close below $8.18. Maybe that's going to unfold. The maybe is because the monthly chart just doesn't want to play in the game out here. At least I don't believe that it does. Let's take a look at its A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. Here's our A to B point. Let's just move that over to the C point out there and see where we're at. So we have not completed it. In fact, it takes us back to its breakout level at about 740. So the monthly is trading below profile support. No, I take that back too. No, I don't take that back. Not taking anything back. Does not have any kind of a bottoming pattern out here. Trading below profile support, red oscillator and change line. So that's saying we may go get that 740 level out there. You do have a daily, you do have a weekly bottom. They're being tested right now. So what I would say, Texas Tom, is you're asking, did you have any bottom? The answer is yes. The question is, will they hold up? I don't know the answer. I'm leaning towards no, but who cares which way Stevie leans? We want the data to tell us the answer to that question. So maybe we'll know that in a couple of days out there. As it tests that low on the daily time frame, why don't you write back in? We'll pull up the charts and see what other information we've got out there. So hope that helps you out. Next question coming in from Vic. I didn't get a chance to put these charts up yet, so we're going to do these here live. OKLO is the ticker symbol. Not sure what Vic is looking for, so we'll just do the normal routine, take a look at what's going on there. So we got Oklo headed lower. Right now on a weekly time frame, you could be forming an A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. So on a weekly basis, the swing point is from November 21st out there, 79 million shares. So far for this week, we are at 22 million shares. Wow, talk about being light on volume. Nonetheless, let me see, what kind of retracement was this? So let's find out. To get at least a 0.382 retracement out here? I don't know the answer. We did not. Don't have an A to B equals CD pattern to the downside on a weekly time frame. But we are trading below prior swing points, so that's encouraging a move lower. Lower to where? Well, on the daily time frame, we are also trading below profile support. We have a bearish profile change in trend. We are testing a hammer candle on a daily basis. That hammer candle has volume of 21 million shares. The low, 79.01. We're trading below the low right now. Volume on this day, 4.7 million shares in 2 hours. That's about a 15 million share day going to 21 million. Again, light on volume, but nonetheless, if we close below 79.01, we're likely headed to 69.55 out there. Monthly time frame has got support, next support level, not that much lower from where we're at out here. I don't know that it's the monthly chart that's really driving things. Its support level is 76.77. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in a fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back, folks. Hector writes in and wants to take a look at the IWM. A specific question, and we will get to it, is there a bottom on the 5-minute time frame chart? Now, I'm not sure if Hector's talking about the IWM or the Russell 2000 equity future contract, so we will look at both. But first, let's take a look at where we're at with regard to the IWM, what its message is to you and I. It took out a swing point from back on November 2021 on a monthly base, had volume of 711 million shares. We closed above that with 871 million shares. So that's why you see this confirmed A to B equals CD pattern to the upside that says we eventually get up towards the 311.05 area. That pattern is still in play. Now, on a weekly basis, the IWM could be forming a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. That would be the second one that we have out here. But last week, it negated the one that was in place. So a bearish reversal candle this week would generate a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. If price closed below the oscillator and change line, 246 even Steven becomes your next level of support. The daily time frame on IWM shows that we are trading below profile support, Hector, and that's at 249.51. So this is suggesting that we had to lower price. We do notice 4 days in a row to the downside, and then that profile support level could hold by day's end out there, but right now not looking so hot. Now what I'm going to do from here, Hector, if it's okay with you, and you're going to have to say it is because you can't say it's not. Well, you can. I just can't hear you. But let's go take a look at what's going on an intraday basis now with regard to the Russell 2000. And what I'm going to do here is I was doctoring up these charts. Dr. Steve, that's the 5-minute chart here for the Russell 2000. Let's see if we can just, maybe I'll expand if we really need to, and for the equity future contract and the IWM. So let's just pull those both over here because I want to be able to answer questions. So, I don't know what time Hector wrote in. Actually, what time it says here it was 11:26. It's 11:44. So at 11:26, let me get a cursor out here. That's not it. Get to your cursor area, Stevie. 11:26 or so. On the IWM, I don't see a bottom there. So I think what Hector was looking at 11:15, we could have even been looking at it 11:20 and 11:26, was the TD9 count bottom on the IWM that had formed. So I'm not sure if that's what you were looking at, but I also see the same thing on the Russell 2000 chart out there. So both of them had the same thing. So I'm going to go, the answer to your question was just from a timing standpoint, the answer to your question was yes. The problem is on the IWM, that pattern got negated when we got a close below 248.64. We did that right here at 11:35. In the case of the Russell 2000 equity future contract, it was a close below 25.2610, and that happened also at 11:40 this morning out there. So now what we have going on, whereas on the IWM, there's no other bottom signal. Well, let me just open this up. Maybe there's on a 5-minute basis. Nope, not even an A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. So this would not give you your next, or I don't know whether it would or it wouldn't. The Russell 2000 equity future contract, because we have more data, that's really what it's all about. It's the reason to take your signals from what I would consider the underlying instrument here, because what you and I are doing is we're doing pattern recognition. And on that pattern recognition, the more data, the better off you are. Now what we have is you've got a 5-minute TD9 count top, and you have a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom. So now with regard to the Russell 2000, that formed just about less than 30 seconds ago. What we're watching here, Hector and Patty, on a 5-minute basis, intraday basis, is 25.28. Basically, it's red oscillator and change line. If price can close above that, that would then tell us we should have a further rally. Rally to where? I would say it would be the bearish structured profile zone on a 5-minute basis, where the IWM or the Russell 2000's counter trend move would come to an end. First would be the 25.28 level. The second area would be between 25.31 and 25.34, called 25.35. So therefore, Hector and Patty, if price closes above 25.35 on a 5-minute basis, that's going to suggest that we could run at 25.46, even 25.57 out there. But first things first, you got to clear that red oscillator and change line. That's where the Russell 2000 equity future contract would give you a signal that we are not going to pick up here on the IWM. Just simply lack of data out there. So I hope that helped you out. I hope that helped everybody out. And watch that oscillator and change line for the 5-minute Russell 2000. Now that we've got it open, though, let's just take a look at what other signals we might have out here. Nothing on a 10-minute time frame chart at this moment in time. Nothing on the 15, nothing on the 30, nothing on the 60, although the 60 is tested a swing point that took place back on December 16. And if price can remain above, close above 25.2620, then you'll still have that Rhodes Momentum Indicator top and a consolidation between that low and the TD9 count top that formed out here at about 25.61. Nothing else out here to assist us. So Hector and Patty, thanks so much for writing in, and hope that answered your question, and have a great day. ELO wants to go take a Costco. Let's pull up the Costco charts out here. COST, by the way, is the ticker symbol. We've got Costco right now that's completing a TD9 count bottom pattern today. So it has bottomed. What it should do first is rally up to resistance. The daily time frame, first level resistance 873.04. You can see above that at 874.69. That number is going to change. What we'd be looking at is that would be your resistance level. If price can close above the red oscillator and change line, then you ought to see a rally into the 890, 896.72 level. It's sell zone. Close above that, and we get up to 907.96. Is it a bottom on the weekly? Maybe. On the weekly time frame chart, what we have is price getting back to its breakout level at 871.71. Yes, we're trading just slightly below that, but if that area holds, it can be a bottom. With regard to the swing point volume on this test, that had 20 million shares. Last week, we tested and rejected that with 15 million shares. This week so far, we're with 9 million shares. We're not halfway through the trading session, so pretty decent volume out there. I'm not going to do the guess on the week out here. What you can see, ELO, is look at how in Costco, the weekly oscillator and change line is acted as resistance. So what you know, no matter what you do, is if price closes above that, being long would make sense. As long as price remains below that, it gets questionable. Now, the monthly time frame chart for Costco, Rhodes Momentum Indicator top, price testing profile support at 850.05. So the daily's got a bottom. The weekly's got a potential if it can get back above 871.71, and the monthly's got the potential as long as 850.05 holds out there. So that's what we see with regard to Costco. I hope that helps you out, ELO. Always great to get your request. Dan from New York writes and wants to take a look at TGB. So let's pull that up on our screen, and the question is, you just put that up there, and then your next question is, has the SPY bottomed? Yeah, I think you're talking about for the day, maybe, or for the next few minutes, or are you talking about bottom period for the Santa Claus rally? Let's go take a look at TGB. What do we know here? TGB has a TD9 count top for its daily time frame. Price traded with inside its profile. That's between 514. That's the number, Dan, you want to really be paying attention to. If price closed below that, that's support. We're likely to head lower. 420 could be its target. Resistance up at 562. The weekly time frame chart at this moment in time shows that we would generate a bearish reversal candle, or could, and that would form a Rhodes momentum indicator top. All that would tell us is that price should pull back to its oscillator change line, 495. The monthly time frame chart at month's end, December 31st, will complete a TD 9 count topping pattern. And that is Seiko Mines, TGB. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Welcome back, folks. Here's our 25-year cycle for the S&P 500. You can see we're basically in a period of time that says that we should move lower into about the 19th of December. Today is the 17th out there, so we may be getting close to a bottom. Dan from New York, he's got quite the instinct. If we take a look at the 30-minute time frames, which was what we are, we're paying attention to the ES and the NQ, just the top ones. Why? The ES mini, and about 6 minutes, less than 6 minutes, will complete a TD9 count bottom. The NQ will go ahead ahead and form bar number 8 of that pattern. We know that bar number 8 can be the bottom. Maybe it's bar number 9. Maybe it's our following bar number 9. But the NQ should form a bottom between 12 and 1 this afternoon. You'd love to have synergy out here, meaning the Russell and the Dow doing the same thing, but we don't have that. So your question specifically was, has the SPY bottom? The answer, my friend, you're going to know at about 12 noon, 12:30. What price should do here again is rally up towards its oscillator and change line around 67.91 out there. I don't know if this is the low of the bar right now. Right now, the low of this candle session is at 67.42. Whatever the low of that is, if we start trading below that, the answer is no. The SPY has not bottomed. The question is it going to be about the NQ, which, again, remember, that TD9 count bottom can form or should form between now and 12 noon out there. So I think that's where the answer is going to come from. Hope that helps you out. If we go take a look at real quickly here, let me get that intraday. Oh, shoot. I had to move down so far on my set of charts. Here's the intraday day trading. I don't think there's any other signals out here. Nothing on the 60 ES Mini. 15 minutes got a TD9 count. We're bar number 8 right now. Bar number 9 on the 10-minute chart. So to assist you, Dan from New York, with that, watch the 10 and 15-minute charts as well, because they've got TD9 count bottoming signals also. So this is where you likely get your information. So have a terrific, wonderful Wednesday, folks. I'll see you on terrific Thursday. Take care. Be safe out there.